Hi friends, iKargos is back with important fortnightly logistics news for the period from 15th to 30th April 2025. The international logistics landscape is grappling with significant uncertainty, primarily driven by unpredictable trade policy shifts and their immediate impact on freight markets and supply chain strategies worldwide. Geopolitical factors, port operations, and technological advancements also continue to shape the movement of goods. Trade policy upheaval dominates the headlines. The most prominent theme during this period was the intense volatility in global trade tariffs. Following earlier announcements in April, the impact of new and often rapidly changing tariff impositions, particularly by the United States, sent ripples across the industry. Reciprocal tariffs were enacted or threatened by key trading partners like China and the European Union, creating a complex and unstable environment for both importers and exporters. A major development included the U.S. decision to end the de-minimis exemption for shipments from China and Hong Kong, effective from May 2nd. This change eliminates duty-free entry for low-value shipments below $800, significantly impacting e-commerce logistics and requiring full customs entries and applicable duties for a vast number of smaller parcels previously exempted. This move is expected to increase costs and complexity for businesses relying on direct-to-consumer shipments from these regions. The frequent flip-flopping nature of some tariff announcements, with policies being announced and then paused or reversed shortly after, created operational chaos and made long-term planning extremely difficult for businesses. This unpredictable policy environment compelled companies to urgently reassess sourcing strategies and consider diverting cargo flows. Freight markets react with caution and adjustments. The immediate market reaction to the trade uncertainties was a noticeable slowdown in new bookings across several key trade lanes described by some as a big freeze. Businesses adopted a wait-and-watch approach, pausing shipments as they analyzed the implications of the new tariff structures on costs and feasibility. This sudden drop in demand, particularly on trans-Pacific routes from Asia to North America, led ocean carriers to announce and implement increased blank sailings and service adjustments. These capacity reductions were an attempt to align available vessel space with the softened demand and prevent a drastic collapse in freight rates, although rate volatility remained a concern. Despite the downturn in new bookings, some reports indicated that carriers were still dealing with a backlog of rolled cargo from earlier in April, contributing to efforts to push for general rate increases, or GRIs, on certain routes heading into May. While trade policy dominated strategic discussions, operational challenges at various global ports persisted. Reports from mid to late April highlighted ongoing berthing delays and congestion in several regions. Ports in South Africa, particularly Durban and Cape Town, continued to face challenges impacting efficiency. Similarly, delays were noted at some ports in North America and Europe. Transshipment hubs in Asia, including major ports like Busan, Shanghai, Ningbo, and Singapore, experienced significant congestion and delays. Factors cited included weather disruptions, like fog vessel bunching resulting from previous delays, and increased cargo volumes in specific intra-Asia or regional trades, such as those involving India, the UAE, and Sri Lanka. Carriers continued to implement service adjustments, sometimes omitting congested ports or rerouting vessels to mitigate delays. Supply chain shifts and sourcing diversification. In response to the escalating trade tensions and the explicit use of tariffs to influence manufacturing locations, businesses accelerated efforts to diversify their supply chains. There was a discernible trend of companies evaluating and actively shifting sourcing away from regions heavily targeted by tariffs, particularly China. Southeast Asia was frequently mentioned as an alternative sourcing destination benefiting from this realignment, with carriers reallocating capacity to these corridors to meet rising demand. This strategic shift aims to build more resilient supply chains less vulnerable to unilateral trade actions. Technology continues to play a crucial role. Amidst the market volatility, the focus on leveraging technology to enhance supply chain resilience and efficiency remained strong. Discussions and news reports highlighted the increasing adoption of artificial intelligence, 5G networks and robotics within the logistics sector, AI is being utilized for more accurate demand forecasting, route optimization, predictive analytics for risk management, and automating warehouse operations. 5G technology is enabling real-time visibility and the deployment of autonomous equipment, while robotics is increasingly seen as a solution to address labor shortages in warehouses and terminals. That's all for this update. Thank you for watching this news update and hope to see you again with our next video. If you find our news update useful, please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon for any information, immediate help, and prompt action for various segments of international logistics such as freight forwarding, customs clearance, warehousing, certifications, imports and exports, inland transportation and supply chain related one-stop solutions. Visit digital platform of Indian startup company www.iKargos.com.